Welcome, everybody. Give me just a couple seconds as usual here. I just got off the phone with one of my mods here, so he's tied up, wasn't aware that I was going live. So just give me a couple minutes as usual. I have to get notice out to social media and whatnot. So busy. Lots of stuff going on here personally and crypto-wise. So we'll go over that here in just a little bit. We're just going to kind of riff. This Treehouse is kind of our unorganized little look at the market, and so we're going to kind of take a look at a few things here, go over what's going on, what I think. I had kind of a vision that hit me last night, so I'm going to share that with you here, and we'll cover a few things that are going to happen, what I anticipate to happen. So give me a couple minutes. You guys that are new to the live stream, welcome. Thank you very much. My name is Red Baron. I am from the unfairadvantage.chat, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So I'm going to go back to silent mic while I go ahead and put the words out here to social media, and we will get started with Thursday morning Crypto Treehouse meeting. All right, I'll be right back. Well, good morning. Good Thursday morning to everybody. How y'all doing? So thank you guys, all you new subscribers here. I know I've been kind of quiet. You subscribe, and all of a sudden everything went crickets. So let's cover a few things. My name is Red Baron. Thank you very much for joining us and what we like to lovingly refer to as Crypto Treehouse and or Crypto Therapy. I am your doctor, Red Baron, and I'm here to administer stuff. You probably don't want to take the medicine, but it's good for you. So we're gonna get into that here in just a little bit. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in my personal life, because I know, guys, guys that like to kind of understand what's going on with me, and we're a family here, so everybody likes to know what's going on. And I've had quite a bit of drama in the last couple of weeks, so I just bring everybody up to speed on some issues that people ask. So this is what Treehouse is all about. We just bring everything up to speed and just talk about stuff, crypto and life in general and stuff like that. So on a past broadcast, we do something called Crypto Roundtable, which is a very intensive deep dive on FibbyCharts.com. We'll cover that here in just a second. And I started that broadcast with a rather emotional outburst of what's going on because COVID has come to my neighborhood. And it's not good. I've been through all this. I got trapped in Africa and stuff like this when it got started, and got home, and it really hasn't been a thing for me. And it's come to my block has now seen it, my little corner of the world. And my very good friend of mine next door, Dave, got stricken with it. He's an anti-jab guy. He's good hard worker, good guy. And hadn't seen him for a while. Saw his wife out on the thing. I said, "Hey, what's out on to Dave?" Well, he got COVID. And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And he's a window washer. He has a professional window washing business. And he's always out in the yard prepping his trucks and stuff like that. I hadn't seen him. I said something to his wife, and so yeah, it's bad. It's bad. He's on the respirator. Now, you guys that don't know me, that are new to the broadcast, we have a woo-woo element to this. I don't advertise it, but I do have those abilities. Not on the level of many people that I associate with, but usually I'm. I don't like to be it, but I'm often referred to as the disaster psychic. I can't tell you anything good, but when it comes to shit hitting the fan, when I say something, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. It's kind of a sick thing that So, nothing funny about this at all, because basically when Carmen, his wife, said something about Dave's in the hospital, immediately I got the vision. He's a goner immediately, and so that is exactly how things are playing out. So he went in, and this is, I'm giving you this third hand, fourth hand for you guys that are following this story. I won't belabor it too much for you guys that are kind of new to the live stream. We'll get on to business here in a second, but a couple things I wanted to get off because people are always wanting to know about this. So he had gotten this, and apparently he had gotten over the COVID, in so much as I understand, but he had gotten so bad and jacked up his lungs so bad, he developed lung problems to the point where he went back on a respirator. So apparently he had fluid build up in his lung, scar tissue, and he's literally choking on his own scar tissue. He's literally suffocating on his own. And so they put him back on a respirator. So he's been, by my count, he's been in the hospital well over 2 weeks, insofar as I'm keeping track of that. And so I saw Carmen and his son, his adopted son, in the front yard talking to some older people, which I assumed to be his parents or something like that, and didn't seem too emotionally upset or anything like that. I keep watching for large groups of cars in the driveway, which is usually a sign of a funeral or a sign of something. I keep watching. And so this morning we had an ambulance come. Well, I was on the phone with his domain, which is one of our mods. I thought, oh, crap, here we go. Turns out there's another guy down the street's got it now. And he got ambulanced out this morning to the hospital. So that's 2 on my block now. So as far as Dave goes, I said something to Carmen. I said, so how's Dave doing? And she said, oh, he almost died again last night. So this is 3 times. 3 times. Ain't looking good for Dave, folks. And, I hope and I pray that my buddy Dave's going to come around. But, ain't feeling it. So more on that story as it progresses, but I have a feeling the next time I go on air that I'm going to be bringing some sad news with me. That's just kind of my feeling. So in more gloom and doom news, you guys want to know how my girlfriend, my beautiful bald girlfriend. Okay, I gotta tell this to bring everybody up. So I'm a dirty old man. No, I'm not. I'm 53 years old. I have a gorgeous Ukrainian girlfriend that I just got to know, Mandy. She's 26, 27 years old, something like that. And I just met her. So we were going out for our very first date. She was on her way over in her cute little BMW, which is her world, and she was driving over in a rainstorm. She got sideswiped by a guy who just basically tacoed that car, and so hit her on the passenger side. I wasn't really expressing how this played out. A lot of you guys have asked the question, so this is a time to kind of explain this a little bit more. Hit her on the passenger side. So she went to the center of the car, obviously, smashed her head, or just, basically that's what did the neck damage. I'll talk about that here in a second. Then she went back the other direction in the whiplash, smashed her head, broke the glass out of the car. Lucky that she's only 5'6". She didn't catch the door frame, but she hit the car door so hard she bent the car door. That's a hard hit. And so basically what ended up happening was she cracked her 5th and 6th vertebrae. And in that, so she called me, perfectly fine. You get in an accident, you're dazed and confused, but you're fine, and the real problems don't start until much later. So she called me, just whatever. And I said, well, what's going on? She goes, you want me to come and get you? She said, no, I'm just not feeling good. I'm just going to go home. So her sister calls me back later on. She says, hey, Mandy's not able to see, and she's slurring her words. I'm like, oh shit, get her to the hospital. So they take her to the hospital, and within hours, her brain is swelling up badly, where the doctors are looking at me like, and of course obviously they're like, are you family, we can't tell you anything. So that was kind of a shit show. We worked around that a little bit, but effectively her brain swelled up so bad and so fast and so hard that they're like, yeah, we got to go in and we got to start punching holes to drain this out. So they shaved they shaved my girlfriend's hair off, and so right now she's got a pretty snazzy little fuzzy cue ball thing going on right now. So still cute though, but so I went out wig shopping the other day with her sister. So something I never thought I'd do at 53 years old, to go wig shop, at least not for somebody else. I went out wig shopping first, so we got her all squared away. So currently right now, I guess it's suffice it to say that she'll be out of the hospital in about 3 days. And no insurance from the guy that hit her, by the way, because we wouldn't want to do anything easy. Nothing comes easy. So I guess who gets to pay the bill? Never fails. So she didn't have insurance. He didn't have insurance. So there you go. So that's going to be a fight for later on. But anyway, she gets out of the hospital here in about 3 days. She does have a 5th and 6th vertebrae that's cracked. What are they going to do about it? Walk it off. It'll be fine. As a person who is 6'10", who has his 5th and 6th vertebrae fused together at birth, let me tell you what, this is a party you don't want to attend. I can't turn my head as much as everybody else. I was born that way. 5th and 6th vertebrae are the ones that sit right at your shoulder level, slightly above your shoulder level. So she'll be fine, but when she gets to be about my age, the arthritis is going to be ungodly, because once you do damage to something like that, it doesn't ever go back. Ask anyone who's ever broke a bone. It does not ever go back. You can feel the weather changing and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be a real treat when she gets to be older. So, all right, so there's that. So thank you guys for joining us. Again, my name is Red Baron. That's enough storytelling for now. My name is Red Baron. I'm from the Unfair Advantage. That's our free Discord. If you guys would like to join us, please do. We can bring you in there. We do free predictions. We have good community. I mean, if you guys are looking for a community of people, like-minded individuals that are into crypto, you don't want to be spammed, you don't want to be marketed to, you don't want to get in political fights and stuff like that. This is a group that I think you guys will really, really be ultimately impressed with. I hear this all the time. Thank God I found this group. I have a home now. And we hear this daily, and so quite proud of it. Now, we crossed a milestone just recently, 1,000 people in our Discord. You know how hard it is to get 1,000 people to get along? Yet we do. We don't have those spamming. We don't have that stuff like that. And we militantly patrol that, and we make sure, by God, that it's not ever, if we get to 50,000 people, it's going to be the same group. We're not going to let this thing go to hell. So if you're looking for a group to get in where you can learn something, I mean, we don't need you to come in and pay us anything. It's free to join. If you want to come in, just use the quick link, which is the unfairadvantage.chat. And what you're going to see is you're going to see an invite from Red Baron. That'd be yours truly. Just click on the link, follow it on through. And Discord, if you've never used it, is not exactly the easiest thing in the world to use, but we'll get you there. So when you get in, you can kind of walk around in the free rooms and stuff like that, check it out, get to know some of the paying members and stuff. And if you like what you see, then you can move to step 2, and you can get in on our automated intelligence charts featuring ISIS and Anubis, our bots that help predict the future. It's our digital crystal ball that we use, and that's at fibicharts.com, F-I-B-I charts.com, and that's what you get here. So let's go ahead and get started and see what's going on in the markets. So I have been very distracted lately lately, guys. It's with all the stories I'm telling you here, this, that, and so much more has been going on in my personal life. So I'm telling you what. So I'm going to probably end up going to the hospital myself because I'm having some circulation problems. I sit in this chair for probably about 16, 17 hours a day, and my legs are starting to swell up. I'm, again, like I said, I'm 6'10". I'm a little bit concerned. So I'm probably going to end up going in and seeing the doctor here to see what's going on. Nothing on order of Dave and Mandy, but if I seem to be off air for a little while. And again, I apologize. I'm not doing the YouTube videos like I used to, but I'm watching the markets. I'm always in front of the Discord. I'm always in front of the charts. So this free stuff that you see on YouTube, it's free. You get what you pay for. If you're not paying for it, then don't bitch. So, but if you guys want to have access to what it is I do, please join us at the unfairadvantage.chat because that's where I'm at most of the time. I live. That's my living room, man. I'm in there all the time. So if you guys want to have access to information that's much more timely, you want to definitely be on the Discord, because we're always posting stuff and charts and whatnot. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what the hell is going on with Bitcoin, or what the hell is going on with crypto lately. So how you guys doing here? See a lot of people filing into the chats here. 48 people. Welcome, guys. All you guys that are new, by the way, I mean, we're just having just a crazy. We're actually 4,130 people now in YouTube. Man, I never thought I'd ever see numbers like that. So we're still seeing you J-snippers following. Coming in. Welcome, guys. Really glad to have you as part of that one time. I'm waiting to hear back from Joe. Joe's a busy boy. He's got stuff. If you subscribe to Joe, you know how he is. I mean, he's a man of many interests and many diversions, as I am too. So hopefully we'll get together. I'll be doing something with his Patreon group here shortly. So I'm waiting for Joe to reach out. So you guys that are coming in from that first broadcast I did, you'll notice my sound quality is better and I don't sound like I'm on crack, right? This is a little bit more me in my best, so in my own element and stuff like that. When I talk with do interviews, I got a lot of information to get out, so it's sometimes feels like drinking out of a fire hose when you talk to me. Anyone who knows me knows that it kind of comes at you really fast. I had to come with a rewind button, but that's just the way it is. So all right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin and see what's going on here. So I had speaking of woo woo. A lot of you guys are asking me, are we going to go up first? Are we going to crash first? Are we going to pump first? What are we going to? Well, hell, I mean, if we knew that, why would I be here? I'd be doing something else. If I was that sure, I wouldn't be doing this. We can take a look at several things, and we can infer some possibilities. So, and we will do that here on this broadcast. Let me see if I can call up my correct chart so we can have that discussion right now here. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's start with this right here. This is Bitcoin on the 1 day. So currently, you guys remember that I said that we'd be coming out of this, I'm expecting a J-hook. Well, and again, I won't get into what a J-hook is because you guys just going to have to subscribe to the free Discord to know that. But I had predicted a J-hook, which is basically coming out of a formation, hooking down and going down. And so far, I'm extremely vindicated. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. You're seeing it right here. It's starting to curve over. All right, I'll leave that well enough right now. But as far as what you're looking at here, these marks, this is the beginning of a month. This is the beginning. I'm sorry, let's see. This is the beginning of the month. This is the beginning of next month. And this is the beginning of October. So, yeah. All right. So we've got a time frame here. This is on the 1 day, by the way. We've got a time frame here of from here. Let's just box that in. Something's going to happen there. Well, brilliant. Pardon my phone. So something's going to happen in that, and that's been the great unknown from nearly a month back. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Are they going to pump it and dump it? Or are they going to dump it and pump it? I mean, what's the answer? Because inquiring minds want to know. Here's what I kind of had, and when I say vision, I don't mean to freak you non-woo-woo people out. I have an intuitive knowing. I'm a 30-year investor. I've run several multi-million-dollar businesses. I travel all over the world. I put my hands on money in many different countries and see how things move. So won't get into my history and stuff like that. Suffice it to say that when I give you my opinion, it's based upon fact. And so I don't like to. It's kind of making some of you guys crazy because what does RB Red Baron got to say? I don't have anything to say because there's nothing to say. I won't speak unless I'm sure of what it is I'm saying. I'm not here to fill airtime and just fluff you up and today it's going up, today it's going down. If I don't have a good feeling, I'm not going to say anything. So I rolled over in the middle of the night, which is usually kind of when I get these little feelings, but I have a sense of certainty. I think I know what's going to go on. So I'll share my most recent revelation. So with regard to XRP, so I think we beat this horse many times. What's going to happen here? I'm looking at 3 key indicators. Irrelevant. What you want to know about Zill, what you want to know about any of these others, pick a crypto. Irrelevant. There's 3 that I'm watching because they indicate the rest of the market. They are canaries in the coal mine for the rest of the market. I'm looking at 3, and that's all you need to look at: Bitcoin, XRP, Doge. The reason I'm doing that, to kind of go back and recap for you guys, is I look at Bitcoin for obviously reasons. It's a market leader. I'm looking at XRP because it's a weird coin. It has a different sentiment and a different mentality, but it's a big leader. And I look at Doge because, and again, back to XRP again one more time, is because it is about ready to decouple from the narrative that is crypto. So I want to see when it breaks company with Bitcoin and with Doge. I know there's a new wind a blowing. That's why I watch XRP, and for that and many other reasons. Doge, why I watch it, because it used to be, still is a meme coin. Doge, to kind of put it a little bit more succinctly, is Doge is an indicator of what, and please don't take this wrong. Doge is a stupid money indicator. And what do I mean by that? Do I mean I'm bad mouthing everybody that buys it? No, because we have a member in this group that's made over $20 million with it. So by no means am I implying that there's not smart people in Doge. I call it stupid money because it's a meme coin. It's a coin where people, I'm going to buy it because it's a dog because I like dogs. That's what I'm saying. So there's people who buy XRP because they know what XRP is. It's a banker's coin. It's a financial coin. The smart people are buying XRP because they know what it is, what it's going to be, what it represents, and they know you never bet against the bankers. Period. I've been saying this for probably a year or better. Guys that are subscribers know that I was one of the very first people to be all in on XRP and tell you guys you're stupid as hell if you're betting against this, because you're going to be sorry you did. You're going to be sorry you did. And so Bitcoin is what it is, but Bitcoin's going to lose its luster at some point in time. Something's going to outpace it. So that's a topic for another broadcast. So anyway, I watched those 3. So what about Zill? Well, what about it? What about Populous? What about it? Because until these things start to trend, you don't have to look at the whole market. You just have to look at those ones that are indicators in certain verticals or sectors, and you can get it broad. Now, of course, obviously, yes, there are breakouts. We're not having that conversation about what's going to do well. I'm talking about the market. I'm talking about what the whole market is doing. Trends, market trends, not individuals. There's always one going up, and we've talked about this. We have something called supermarket theory, and I go back and listen to some of my things talking about when, every once in a while the grocer puts a can of soup on the end cap, and all of a sudden the little old ladies are running into aisle 5 to buy the tomato soup. That's kind of the way the market works. If you've got a whole bunch of cryptos that aren't doing nothing, all of a sudden Mr. Hooper picks up that's a Sesame Street reference for you younger people. Picks up a can of tomatoes and says, we're going to put these on the end cap, and all of a sudden Anchor, or all of a sudden Populous just skyrockets for no reason. It's because that's the flavor of the day. That's the special of the day, and that's exactly how they run these markets. So anyway, that's the deal. So let's get back to this. As far as what I'm talking about going on here. So October, let me backtrack here. So some of you guys were wondering about that green zone thing I had. It was just a feeling they were going to do something. It wasn't a call. It wasn't a oh, here comes the crash. I never meant to imply. So I said something is going to. It turned out as I go back and look and see what that green zone was all about, it was the kickoff of what we're about to see. It was kind of a behind the scenes thing. But we did see a nice little pump there, so that's basically what it was. We were mentioning that on JSNIP's broadcast, that we're coming into that 2-day deal, and basically we did. That's what happened. Is we had the little run up right here. I got rid of the green, so now we're having a run up and a pullback. We're right back down in the potential pullback, and you can see, called it. It's right here. Here we are, bang, knocking on purple, right in the pullback. So we'll leave that well enough alone. So this vision that I had, or this little gut feeling that I had. I don't think that the screwing around has stopped yet. I don't think that the fakery has happened yet, near like it should. We've got how many days here before October? This is when the real business is going to happen. In my mind, I have not changed my narrative about that. I expect big things, big and permanent starting things to happen in October. If you guys have any think that I'm ambivalent about, or if you think I have any ambivalence about when I think that this market's going to kick off, I'll just categorically tell you October. Because I know a lot of you guys have been asking, and I don't seem to be giving you a very straight answer. Let me come on record and just tell you October, booyah, baby, booyah. And you best be positioned for it. So we're going to be talking about that in this broadcast. So when's the crash? When's the crash? When's the crash? That's what we all want to know. So I'm going to try to give you some theories, because I'm not going to give you predictions, because if they were predictions, then I'd be doing it and I wouldn't be on here talking to y'all. Okay, I'd be all in on dealing with this, and I'd be worried about myself. So here's what. Yeah, Halloween. I was born on Halloween, so nothing good happens on Halloween. But we'll talk about my birthday party here, by the way, which you're all invited to here at the end of the broadcast. Also, we have a get together down in, I believe it's Smyrna. He's in the broadcast here. Flemish Populist is one of my mods. He's the one who's putting this shindig together. We are having a group meetup. You're all welcome. We're going to celebrate my 53rd birthday. I'm sorry, my 54th birthday. In Smyrna, Georgia. So you guys are all welcome to go. So we've got, what we got, about 30, 40 people already. We put the word out. We got about 30, 40 people that are going to be coming. Want to make this a big thing. I'd love to see, obviously, it's kind of a, we'll see. Nobody really knows what the hell's going on. But if you're in that quadrant of America, I'm not going to pump sunshine up your skirt, but I'm going to tell you, if you're in crypto, you're going to have the money to make this drive. Come and say thank you. You're going to have money to make this drive. You're going to be a newly minted, wealthier than you are person. Come my birthday. That's my prediction. So we have that to look forward to. But anyway, if you're interested in knowing more about that, join us at the unfairadvantage.chat. We have a room for that where you guys can go ahead and RSVP, and Flemish will take care of you and get you the information. So that'll be pending here, and you can get in on that, and we'll give you more details and travel and stuff. We haven't quite picked a spot yet, but I think this is an adults only. I mean, we're not having strippers or anything like that. At least as far as I'm aware of. I mean, those guys. But this is not something where bring the kids insofar as because we don't know what we're doing yet. So this is kind of a 21 and up or 18 and up type thing. We'll say for the time being. Just to let you know, because there's going to be alcohol here, quite possibly going to be alcohol. Well, I know I'm bringing alcohol. I don't know about the rest of you, but there's going to be that environment. Nothing rowdy or like that, but just be aware that if you are joining, that's what you're walking into. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a good time. So anyway, back to this. I had kind of a vision as far as like a feeling. I've long held that they got to crash XRP to 20 to 25 cents. And I've been saying that forever and ever. So how does that fit in this narrative? We've got a window where if I'm telling you that October, sometime, and we'll say right down the middle, the 15th, so let's say right down the middle, between here and there, we've got 55, let's just call it 55 days to make it happen, Captain. So still plenty of time. I mean, a lot of shit can happen in 55 days, but if we're just going from now to the 1st, we've got 42. Still, again, month and a half. A lot of stuff can happen in a month and a half. So the narrative, the belief that I have at this point in time is I do not. The question, how do I? I'm sorry if I'm babbling here. I'm trying to get this in a linear fashion where I can explain it. There's several narratives at play here. I mean, we've got a world issue going on where they're going to be rolling out here. Undeniably, they're going to be rolling out sometime around about the end of summer. Summer here in America is basically the end of this month is the end of summer for us here in America, in North America. And we have a holiday, 3-day holiday called Labor Day. And so it has long been my contention that I think that they're going to roll out the next lockdown around there. There was a speech that's coming. It's in the can. They're going to deliver it. They're just waiting for time to do it. And then we've got other issues, like crazy Uncle Joe is going to get dethroned, and I think the gal's going to come in and take his place. And I'm not going to name names because you know who I'm talking about. So we've got a lot of things that are going to be happening. Is that what made the market crash? Fine, if that's what you want to believe. But I'm just looking at the market. I mean, all this stuff is pre-wrote many months and moons ago. Whatever, Trump said this or Biden did that or whatever. If that's what you choose to believe makes markets move, then you really don't understand markets, because it doesn't have anything to do with it. This stuff is predestined long, long ago. And we've covered that many times on this broadcast. So what I think is going to happen here, they're going to give us a show. I've told you that XRP is not for us; it's for them. Them being the bankers, them being the people that control the world and own everything, and they don't want us in their treehouse. So they are going to show us something that's going to make us go ooh and sell out and get out of their treehouse, get out of their clubhouse. Now, how many people have been noticing a lot of 322 references lately? 322. How many people have been noticing that lately? Talk to Domain, and I know that C-Trim has seen it. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but they're communicating, they're chattering right now, they're planning something. It's coming. Now, what is the it? So let's take a look at XRP here real quickly and go back and revisit some of my thoughts on this. They're going to give us a show. First of all, they got to run it up to a point where we all go ooh, and then we want to sell out, and then we're gonna drop at some point in time. I've said that for a long, long time. We're gonna go up. We're gonna get everybody. All the weekends are gonna, oh, I'm a millionaire. I'm a 100-aire or whatever the hell, more money than they've ever seen. They're gonna get out, and then they're gonna drop it. They're gonna hold it for a while, and then all of a sudden, when you're not looking, when you got your, when you catch you with your pants down, as my dad used to say, boom. She's going to take off. Now, we've got 45 to 55 days. That can happen. So what's the numbers? This is what kind of popped into my head. I've been calling 1325 for this first level high. And so a lot of you have been kind of saying, okay, well, that's what they're going to run it up to. So they're automatically locked in on my 1325. So Anubis, which is our prediction bot, has put this out at 1325, the first achievable level. I'm not changing. I'm in full agreement with that. I believe that. And so $10 to $13.25 is where we're headed. But the question is are we doing that and then a drop? No. I can pretty much tell you as I see this playing, I do not see $13.25 and then a drop. I do not see a drop and then $13.25. Here's what I see as of last night or early this morning that makes far more sense to me. So it's those of you who've listened to some of my past recent broadcasts know that I'm involved in a very high level woo-woo group with people that are getting ready to be. We're maintaining we're building a group that's going to be marketing and advising to kings and queens of this world. So these people do not play around. They're good. They're damn good. And so when these people talk, I listen. And I inject my own. I'm brought into this group of 21 because they respect and love what I do, and I hold my own amongst some giants. Let's just put it that way. Using my cool little software and stuff that I do and my own natural abilities, I hold my own with this group. We had a meeting 2 days ago where we've come up with a number for XRP, $4. Where does that number come from? Well, that number comes from a completely believable, plausible explanation. What's the all-time high for XRP? It's just slightly over $3. So let's plug this into what should, could, would happen in this scenario, pre-plunge. Picture that you're an investor that owns XRP and you bought in at, let's say you bought today. You bought in at $1.20, whatever it is. And this thing rockets to $4 and stalls a little bit. What do you think is going to happen? We just achieved some milestones. First of all, we have a new all-time high. Second of all, we've broken last all-time high. And let me tell you what, kids, it's going to be all over YouTube. People are like, oh, today's the day. Today's the FOMO. People are going to be jumping in by the truckloads at that point in time. What happens when people FOMO? They get dumped on, don't they? So here is my official call. And for anyone that's in my chat later on the unfair advantage chat going, what do you think, RB? Clean the wax out of your ears, because I'm telling you, this is the call. This is exactly what I expect to have happen. I expect between now and probably, let's just say, somewhere right in this half range right here, we're going to see very, very soon, we are going to see a run to $4 and a stall. And then they're going to whip the rug out so fast you'll be floating in midair like Wile E. Coyote. And the bottom's going to drop. And when it drops, it's going to drop so fast that it's going to flash wick down to the 20 to 25 cents. Now, I want to interject this also. You guys that have been in my group, you guys have been listening to my YouTube videos for months and months and months go, I believe RB, and you should. I believe RB, and he's been right all along. He's been calling every single, blah, blah, blah. Great. Glad you have faith in me. But here's the thing. I can be right and you can be wrong. And this is why I have recently been saying this and interjecting this into the conversations, because I watch you guys. I don't necessarily join your conversations when you're talking in the Discord, because I've got other things I've got going on. But I watch and I hear you guys are laying out your plans. I'm going to hold until I see 22. I'm buying it in at 18. Good. Think you get it done? Because I don't. I have every reason to believe that it will go to 20 to 25 cents and possibly even lower than that. But it'll do it on a flash wick when you're sleeping. It'll do it on a flash wick when all the big money who gets first, cream of the crop, whatever, can file in and pay those prices, and you're shut out because, we had maintenance. I'm sorry. Just sorry. And you're going to miss out. So I have recently been telling you guys, I don't think that it's necessarily at a point right now where if I weren't a holder of XRP, I would want to be buying it right now. But I don't give financial advice on this channel. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you what my son's doing. I'll tell you what those that are close to me are doing. They're buying right now. Because the thing about it is, how stupid are you going to feel? I mean, I'm sorry that you didn't get in at 25, 35, 45, whatever cents. But here's the thing. You might want to at least, the last trick you got in your bag, you might want to at least dollar cost average. And I hate dollar cost averaging. You might want to at least dollar cost average into this. Get a chunk, get a bite of something. If you haven't even taken a seat at the table yet, you're going to scooch up to the table and get yourself a bite of this now. And again, not financial advice, but if you're not exposed at all to XRP and you have been waiting, theory goes you would be stupid not to have a bite at this, because I can show you the directions, I can show you what should happen, and we're going to go through that here in a little bit. But I can also show you endless theories. Well, let me show you one right here. So orange represents classic TA. Okay, this is not a call that I'm making. This is what, if you understand technical analysis, this is what should play out. Well, it didn't. Cup and handle is right here. Out of a cup and handle, let me show you this. Cup and handle is that. You go to the bottom, you go to the top of that, that's your distance. And this is where we should be. And as you can see, we are anything but that. So this is what I'm telling you. Is you cannot believe technical analysis. You cannot follow along, and everything you learned on YouTube, you read out of a book, you think you know about crypto, you can go ahead and wad that up and throw it in the trash right now, because it's not going to work in this market. They know that you think you know this, and they're using this information against you. Period. And I've demonstrated that over and over and over again. Where do I think Dent's going? Oh, it's going higher. It's going higher. I got out of my Dent position, by the way. Not exactly at the top of the market because I was distracted with stories from the first part of this broadcast, but I got out of Dent. I'm 100% out of Dent. And I took it and I threw it into XRP. Now, as far as Dent goes, I don't want to divert my conversation here, but as far as Dent goes, she's going to be a good one. But again, getting back to one of my earlier comments, I'm looking at Bitcoin, I'm looking at Doge, I'm looking at XRP. When those go down, what do you think Dent's going to do? Think Dent's going to go up when those are going down? Because I don't. So I'm waiting for those three to have the down, the crash, and then it's a buyer's paradise. across the board for Populous, for Dent, for pick your favorite of the your favorite amongst the state. For Digibyte, whatever, they're all going to be on sale because they all move together. Okay. Now, as far as XRP goes, so back to the getting a position. You've got a very small window of time before this thing gets to a price where you are, and you've heard people say this, priced out of the market. So again, to go back and recap on this, so that I'm clear that you're clear on what we're talking about. I'm looking at Bitcoin here, but I'm expressing this from an XRP standpoint. It's very possible that this pullback will lead to a pump. Now, from a Bitcoin standpoint, it lead to 52 to 50. Let me go back up here to hang on. So I predicted this long ago. Now, where did we get to, by the way? We got to 47,874. Look what I said. So likely for now. That's exactly what happened. I don't kid around, kids. When I make these predictions, this software is absolutely stunningly accurate. And then you take intuition, and you take just my natural ability for pattern recognition, and this gets pretty spooky really quick. And so again, we bounced off it and we reject it. Now, what's further in the bag? I said 52 is where we assess further upside. Now, what's going to happen with this? I do believe that we will see a launch. Now let's go back and visit this, which is why I left this right here. So we've been having this thing that I call a 50% fake out. This is, again, another one of these little things that I've noticed, like a J-hook, that just nobody else ever talks about it, but it happens so much that it really is truly a thing, and I've recognized it, and we actually are playing the move. What happens is when you see a move like this, okay, well, we should go up here, we should go up to 65,000, let's just say just a hair under 65,000, book it, wait for it, and it doesn't happen. Turns go south instead, and it doesn't go. But what happens a lot of times is we will see the move go halfway up and then just nothing. What is that? Well, what that is them using the information. You guys are longing and shorting. You're taking a position there, and then they give you, and the guys that kind of come in late, and the guys that follow in, they're buying, and they get to the point where they get like this, and everybody's in the boat ready for the ride on up to here. And what they do is they take it and they wreck you, and they dump it. Well, here's the interesting part. Just looking at this, here's the interesting part. Why would they do that? Well, here's the 50% mark on this. Look at this. We've got resistance, support and resistance right there. So it would make complete perfect sense that we would go at 50% and reject and probably drop. Right? Right. So if we do make a move up here, that's probably as high as we're likely to go on a Bitcoin next fake pump before a further pullback. Now that would be the thing to try and tie these two things together. That would be enough of a move here to move XRP also at that point in time further up the line into the $4 range before they dump it. So if you can kind of make a mental tie there, I can't show you both charts at the same time because of my setup here, but effectively what I'm saying is if Bitcoin were to be doing this 50% move, it would be doing its thing while XRP is running up. Well, Doge is running up. We don't even need to talk about Doge. Well, XRP is running up on in or around $4 at about the same time, and the rest of the market's going up. And everybody say, "Oh, here it is! Here it is! We're going to the moon!" And then XRP hits $4. Bitcoin hits resistance, which you can see it right here. You cannot argue with what you're looking at right here. This is resistance, and a lot of it. Excuse me, and a lot of it. Look at that. Monstrous amounts of resistance. You think we're not going to turn around at that point in time? I'm telling you right now, it's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so when we hit that, we reject. Now, this could be, and this is where we get into theory and just thinking our way through it, but if it rejects, this could be the start of the dump. And we'll probably be over here when it happens. This could be the start of the dump, and they take it all the way down. All the way down. And then this thing goes down and down and down and down and down, and then it just sits there. XRP is down in the dumps, down in the 22 to 25 range. Bitcoin's down into who God only knows. I've shown some predictive markers at 25 to 24,000. I've shown another one all the way down to $11,000. It remains to be seen. But the one thing that my group has come up with, the one thing that my software has come up with, the one thing that a lot of people are starting to say is there's a lot of people who are in the know. There's a lot of people that know this stuff very well that are not disputing. We do have some CME gaps down there, by the way. There's a lot of people who are in the know that have it in their mind that we're at least going to go to 24 to 25,000 on Bitcoin, possibly lower. But never rule out the possibility of flash wicks that you can't catch. So to kind of circle back on that for you XRP people that are XRP hopefuls, if you're looking to get in on these flash wick moves, the best you can do is to enter your price and cross your fingers and hope to hell it pans out for you. I don't like your odds. I don't like your odds. So we are going to be talking in the next Crypto Roundtable, and I apologize because I've got a lot of things. The next Crypto Roundtable is going to cover a little bit of this, but I'm going to give you a public breakdown of how shitty your odds are at actually pulling off this financial miracle. I'm going to do that right now because I think everybody should understand exactly what they're up against. This isn't something you should have to pay for. Somebody should give you a good talking to for free in public, and I'm about to do that. So listen very carefully. You guys that are wanting to grab these bottoms, you can get XRP on simpleswap.io. You can get it on godex.io, and those are just swap sites. You have to own one thing, swap for another. Mods, can you post a link to those? So and make sure you're going to the right swap exchange. You're not sending money to some fake scammy. It's simpleswap.io is legit. Make sure you get an account. You log in with an email. There's no KYC. Make sure you're logged in. Don't just come in off the street and do a trade because you don't have a trade history. If something goes shitty on you, you want to be logged in with an email when you use simpleswap.io. Always, always, always. Okay. So let me tell you what you're up against, just as a rough walkthrough. For you guys that have the delusion that you're going to just waltz in like a king, buy at the bottom, and everything's going to be hunky-dory for you. You have a lot working against you. So let's talk about from the top down. So first of all, when we get the crash, do you think there might be a glut of other people panicking, trying to get out? There's going to be log jams on the exchanges like you have never seen the likes of, ever, since you've been in crypto. That's going to cause maintenance issues, liquidity issues, blah, blah, blah. So going down the list of things that better be working in your favor for you to pull this off. First of all, you better hope that the exchanges are functional. That's a big one. You better hope that they're going to fill your order. That's also kind of a sub thing. That in and of itself, I don't like your odds because how many times have we seen, it seems like invariably every single time there's a big move, oh, well, we got maintenance. I'm like, this is getting to be a sick joke anymore. It really is. Okay, so let's assume that those two things are working, and I don't like your odds on that. We have heard endless amounts of time about how the internet's going to go down, and we think something's going to happen. If you're into conspiracy stuff, we're getting close to the high holy days of a 20th anniversary of a massacre. If you don't think that that's going to be celebrated and acted upon nationally, it's going to affect crypto, let me tell you what, you need to take off the rose-colored glasses because there's something really big afoot that's going to happen. We all know it. We all feel it. And if we all feel it, that means it's going to happen. Trust your gut, guys. It's taken me 53 years to learn to do what I do, but some amazing things happen when that first impression you get. You're more psychic than you think you are. You just don't give yourself credit. Once you learn to trust yourself, amazing things happen. They really do. And sometimes it saves your life. It has me many, many times. But anyway, as far as you're hoping that the crypto exchanges are going to be open. You're hoping they're going to fill your order. You're going to hope that the internet's working, right? You're going to have to hope that if your internet's working, and by the way, you're going to have to hope that do you have money in the bank? Maybe you're going to want to use a credit card or you're going to want to use a debit card. Banks have not exactly had a stellar track record for liking to work with crypto. They might lock up your funds. Your local bank might go closed. So there's that. There's just a whole host. On top of it, you're going to have to also assume that wherever, like SimpleSwap, for example, if you're wanting to swap in, swap out of XRP, they have been known to not be liquid key critical times. So you're looking at a half dozen or more things that need to be lined up for you to be able to pull off that perfect buy or that perfect sell. I don't like your odds, guys. So what I'm trying to tell you is this, in this very broken fashion. Right now, there's no logjam. Right now, there's no shortage. Right now, there's no issues getting XRP. So when do you think would be a good time to maybe get a bite of this? It would be right now. Not financial advice, just listen to what I said, tell me if it rings true with you, and then act or don't. And because that's the truth of the matter. It's nobody likes paying these prices, but trust me, you'll get over it. You'll get over it. When you see what XRP is going to do in the future, members of this broadcast know what some of the predictions that I put out. Been right ever since I've been doing it. And what's coming? $1 isn't even going to bother you. You're not even going to remember actually what you paid. So life-changing money is coming. It's coming for all of us. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of these things here. So again, back to this to kind of wrap this up. So we've got a valley of death here that we're going to have. I expect one more pump on up to about here, and then this could be the trigger point, probably right about here. This could be the trigger point, which would be, this is the 1st of September, so it's highly likely, I'm not saying it has to come on the exact first, but probably somewhere in that general area is when we're going to get our run up, and boom, down she goes. Down she goes. But make no mistake about it, I do expect this to be where she just takes off and never looks back. So let's go ahead and take a look at XRP right now. So XRP sitting at $1.15. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts, because not that long ago it was 65, 75 cents, 50 cents, something like that. Here to kind of go back and put one more point on that, if you want to do an order and just kind of Hail Mary and hope to grab this stuff on its way down, I'm not suggesting it might be a good idea to try and buy at 22 or 25. Maybe the way you have to kind of look at this is maybe it might make sense to possibly put an order at 30 or 35. Not financial advice, that, but if everybody, let's just use logic. If everybody, I'm not the only person that realizes 22 to 25 cents is a solid bottom for a floor to slam down to. So what's saying, maybe if you're buying at 30, you're the first person to get a filled order, because I assure you, very few people are trying to buy XRP at 30 to 35, 40 cents. Very few. So we have to cross that on the way down to where the big money's going. So they're going to fill you on the way down. So what I'm saying is the old adage, and Jay Snip says it, I say it, everybody who understands, don't get greedy. I know you guys have heard this before. This is the practical application of don't get greedy. Grab the most of it. You don't have to have all of it. You don't need to try and get this at 0.222 exactly, okay? But we'll probably see it. But it might happen so fast that you can't get in on it. It's one thing to see it. It's another thing to actually pull it back and own it. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with putting in an order at 30 cents, 35 cents, whatever, to be able to be the closest to the entry so that you're the first in the exit. You know what I'm saying? All right. So as far as XRP goes, so we're looking at, let me strip all this out so we can really see what we're looking at. Now, classical TA, guys, this is where things just go to hell as far as being able to look at this. If we were looking at this from a technical standpoint only, we would look at this and we'd say, all right, well, this demands that we're going to go down to right here, to right there. Where am I getting that from? Well, let me clear out some of the spaghetti here and I'll show you. So if you can kind of see your way through this. From armpit to, this is called a velocity. From here to here, drops you right there. Perfectly, right there. Now, this is what should play out. See what I'm saying? Right there? Okay. This is what should play out. Seems a bit easy to me. I know this. Classical technical people who understand charting know this. And there are people right now throwing down good money on this bet, on a short, and they're going to get friggin' wrecked. They're going to get wrecked, tore up from the floor up. They are not going to see this happen. I'm telling you right now, this will not play out the way that you're looking at this. It's highly likely I haven't looked at it. It's actually kind of trending up right now, kind of making my point. Highly likely that this is going to do one of two things. See, we're walking right across the top of that channel. See how that channel started way back here and then they went away from it? Here we are revisiting the channel again. I just extended that channel way out because I had a feeling it was going to still interplay, and it is. It's walking right across the top of that channel. Now, what we could see is let me get some of this stuff out here. What we could see is we could see a bump up to this one up here, and this is likely the thing that'll reverse and go the opposite direction. So as long as I'm on that mindset, what we see with the fuckery that goes on with these exchanges is they see all these people throwing down shorts on this, and they're like, okay, what you must understand, I've said this endless times on this broadcast, is this is the move that will happen. I guarantee you this is the move that will happen. The velocity, the distance that will happen. Now, am I guaranteeing down? No, because if I take it and I go the other direction, that takes us up here. If I stick it in the right spot, come on now, here. That takes us here, which interestingly enough correlates with a recent all-time high. Funny how that works, isn't it? So, what I'm suggesting to you is this. It's possible, one of two things. They may go down and drop it halfway just to screw with us. That's that 50% move. J-hook it and start sending it up and wreck everybody that's shorted. Just steal you blind. Very possible it could happen. Or it may go the opposite direction and just start wrecking them now. And it depends on the amount of people that are I'll look at Sol here in a minute. It depends upon the amount of people that are shorting on this. And I strongly suspect there's a lot of people that are throwing down hardcore shorts because look at the obvious trend down. It seems obvious, so let's go ahead and buy a position on that. That's exactly when they're going to screw you and take it the opposite direction. So computers have as I've said many times on this broadcast, computers have this thing that they do where they have an OCD, where they have an opening move and a closing move. So in other words, let me give you a real quick lesson on that for you guys that are new. Anytime you see a move like this that might go up, you'll see that move repeated again, going like this, or you'll see it repeated down. But you always have that same distance repeated twice. Here's the move. Where's the other move? Well, it's here, right here. So this move here has been opened right there. So we have to close it. We close it either by going up or by going down. And so when we do that, that will be the move. So this velocity, this distance, is a foregone conclusion. My bet, if I'm just, and please don't trade on this, my theory, my bet, is it's going to go up. It's going to go up just to wreck all the people that are looking at this going, oh, it's obvious. Mark my words, this is going to start going up. So if you feel inclined to jump into XRP, I wouldn't fault you to do this right now. I would not fault you to just go, yeah, screw it, I'm going to do a safety and just go ahead and throw down on it at $1.14. Don't go all in because it's possible. You have a couple different possibilities. If you just want to get it done and get it bought, not the most financially savvy thing to do, but at least you got it done. You can go and live your life. You can jump in on it right now. Or you can do exactly what I suggest and possibly buy in higher than this plunge is likely to go when it happens. Also a fairly safe bet. Not as certain, but a fairly safe bet. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and get all this trash off the screen here. So let's take a look at Sol because you guys are blowing my chat up here just a little bit. Solana is one of the favorites. I had added Solana to, this is Platinum Pro, by the way. So we've had an issue where you guys are subscribers to Platinum Pro. It just stopped because we ran out of memory. We've got on the website. So when Chase gets back and he starts working on the website, we're going to be adding more charts. We got the charts done. We just haven't got the memory to be able to put them up. So that'll be remedied here shortly. So stay tuned for additional changes. So let's go ahead and just use the Platinum charts right now. Yeah, Solana was a sleeper for a while, so let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. There we go. Good morning, Solana. Yeah. So, not surprising. Now, what is going to come of this? All right. So we're right at the 200 EMA. And I'm looking at the 15-minute here, by the way. So this is a short-term prediction. So I like further. Come on now. I like the I like the possibility of possibly going up higher. Our Snapdragon is looking good here. MACD is raising up. We have not ran out of gas on the RSI. Bollinger Band is compressing. That's a little concerning. So that basically means that we might, yeah, there we are, turning red. So when that Bollinger Band, and actually it's flaring, I'm sorry, and it's just starting to move. So yeah, we've got we've got a little gas in the tank left. So I would think that we'll probably at least achieve that. So, and that's a distance of, yeah, about 5%. So you guys that will maybe want to do a quick little leverage thing, you might possibly make a little bit of money there. Now, as far as like the trend goes here, I can see if I can find you something. Yeah, this is kind of interesting, guys. I'm seeing something that I haven't seen very much. Let's see if I can kind of put a tape on it here. This stuff is always fun to try and see if your theories play out, but yeah. It would appear, and this is a loose interpretation. I realize you charting guys are laughing at what I'm doing right now. I'm playing with ideas, so cut me some slack here. So, not exactly. I would like to have seen this one come up a little bit higher. What I'm looking at here, I'm looking at this as the possibility of a broadening ascending wedge that is doing this. We're not getting those violent moves yet. I would like to have seen that go up to about there. Then I would have been a buyer on that. So, you know, it's not exactly a channel. So I'm trying to find you a pattern so I can give. I feel pretty comfortable telling you that this is achievable, but. Let me try another thing across the top of this. Yeah, see? Isn't it funny? Look at that. Bang, right through the middle of that. Perfectly, perfectly. So you guys want to leverage that. I'll tell you what, if I were someone who liked to use leverage, I'd be beating you to this. I'd be doing it right now. I'd be doing it right now. I would be leveraging the shit out of this thing right now. Because anytime I can throw down TA that quick and have it match a prediction I just made 2 minutes ago, that's you know, that this here is gut feeling. This here is TA, and they're lining up. So, and look, it's already moving towards it. Let me just kind of BS a little bit and watch this. It'll probably strike that while I'm on the stream with you here. So I'll leave this up. We'll check in on this and see if this pinged while I'm actually on this live stream. I might actually revisit this and see what happens. Always fun to say I told you so live on the air. Channel plays are Bear's completely right. Channel plays, Bear's been using channels an awful lot. He's learned that on our streams, and he uses them a lot. And it's like I don't think there's probably a finer tool for doing leverage than there is than channels, because they give you a good idea. They keep your eyes straight. They help you kind of know whether you're making a stupid move or not. And they give you some bit of validation. You know, half channel plays are even smarter. If you can, these half channels, meaning from the bottom to the middle, or from the middle to the top, or something like that, are much smarter plays, because you don't always run the full length. Sometimes you go half and then you jiggle and you go back up or whatever. So half channel plays are you know, if you go high leverage, so here's a good example here. You go half and then we go all the way. So this could bounce to the halfway and then go back down again. But feel pretty good about that right there. Now further up, who knows? But this here. And again, it's a dual AI line, which also is very magnetic. So, sucker bet. All right, so I'll set this aside. We'll revisit that, because that's definitely one I'm going to want to follow up on. So, so how you guys enduring this? It's getting kind of hard to watch this shit, huh? It's like, let's get the party started already, huh? It's been a long couple of months. Now, looking at this. This is a TA call. This is not one of my calls, but you know, it doesn't mean just because I give you a TA call, it doesn't mean it won't play out. But what I expect is where's 50%? 50% of this move is right here. So here we go. See, it's rolling. It hasn't played it out, but this could very well go to here and then do something else. So Ethereum is currently See, I don't look at Ethereum as one of my leading indicators because Ethereum is just a completely different animal. If you understand what Ethereum is, it's really a means to an end, and it's a secondary need thing as far as I'm concerned. In other words, you need Ethereum to do something else. So I don't look at any ERC20 coins are just kind of a weird thing, and I choose not to use them as a market indicator because there's just so many things that are involved with those that they're not a pure move, so to speak. You want to buy Doge, buy Doge. You want to buy XRP, buy XRP. Ethereum is like you got to do this, and you got to talk to a guy, and you got to go down a dark alley, and you got to trade this for this. It's fucking. I hate ERC20 coins. I just hate it. So, but anyway, this thing is rolling down. So you should take it seriously and looking at it because it can be an indicator of what else is going on. So this is pulling back, moved into another theoretically next channel down. So this can tell you that the rest of the market's going to be starting to go down because it's losing a little bit of steam. So everything else. So. Let's take a look at XLM. Now, XLM is not exactly playing along with XRP at all. At all. There was a time not that long ago when we call them the X twins, XLM, XRP. When one moves, the other moves. One front runs the other. You can watch one, and we're not really seeing that right now. We're seeing, and for a long time, XLM was 50 cents on the XRP dollar. Now it's 3 to 1, or actually getting almost 25%. Now we're at 35 cents to $1.16. Not good. So that's 3.5 to 1 ratio. It's fallen. So what does that mean from an XLM investing standpoint? Well, let me put it to you this way. This has kind of been my contention. It's not my recommendation, but it's my contention, and I buy according to my gut feeling on this. XLM, as I've said multiple times, you guys that are subscribers to this channel that know, I've said XLM is going to outperform XRP on the short term. Why? Why? Because it's easier to get in and out of. Why? Because like it or lump it, I mean, it's a usable coin. It has use case right now. IBM is backing it. It's a damn good project. Why also is there's going to be a time when it's going to fall back in lockstep, probably soon with XRP. Some of you may not realize there was a time when XRP was higher than XLM, and then all of a sudden, one day, XLM was selling for more than XRP at one point by about 8 cents more. Then it corrected and has done what we're seeing now. So nothing is beyond the realm of possibility with XLM. Now, when XRP does its thing, I don't want to get into mathematics and explaining investment theory here very deeply, but understand this. When you got a lower priced coin, and I've said this many times, but the new guys, you need to understand this, and the old guys that aren't listening need to hear it again. When you've got a big-ass coin like Bitcoin, to get 200% or 100% return on your money, you got to go from 50,000 to 100,000. Not an easy task to do. To go from 100% return on your money on a shit coin on a lesser price, you got to go from a penny to 2 pennies. Far easier to do. So when I say that XLM will outperform XRP, you're looking at an asset, a coin that is 1/3 the price of XRP, meaning we can go from 35 cents to 70 cents one hell of a lot easier than XRP can go from $1.50 to $3. Follow what I'm saying? So the odds are stacked in your favor of getting higher rates of return on XLM in the short term. Let me be very clear about this. Short term meaning over the next 6 months to the end of the year. So there's going to come a day, mark my words, there's going to come a day when this thing lights up, it's going to light way up like a Roman candle. This thing is going to come up and probably do, well, let me see if I can check the big board here to my left. I've got XLM forecasted, Anubis has it forecasted at $15. How would you guys buying at 35 cents like to get you a piece of that? Get you some of that. $15 XLM. When? I'm not going to give that away for free. $15. Just know that it's coming. So 35, and you can do the math if somebody wants to. Let me know how many X is that. Post it in the chat. XRP will have its day to do that and more, but I believe XLM's got it coming too. So, and I like XLM for you guys that just, how do I get XRP? Don't play XRP in the short term. Play XLM. I'm not suggesting this is a financial play, but in a fair, just world, which I don't live in, but in a fair, just world, if this does play out the way I'm saying, and XLM exponentially outperforms in the short term XRP, you could buy XLM for the boost enhancement that you're going to get from it. Realize a higher rate of return and take those profits and buy XRP and ride it the rest of the way up. I've been doing that. I've done that a couple of times. It's panned out really well for me, actually. So on some of these plays, it's just one of those things. You have to kind of understand that, some of you guys kind of get like you get one-itis. You get one-itis. I love my XYZ coin. There's no other coin than XYZ coin. Blah 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 blah. And you forget, this is a buffet. This is a buffet, not a potluck. There's a potluck. There's a lot of things on the table. Get you a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You don't have to be all in on the one coin. I mean, you can use other coins as a means to an end. And I'm just broadly spitting this out here, but let me update y'all on Solana real quick. So we just hit a AI pulse marker, dead nuts right there. So these lines, by the way, you guys that are new to the broadcast, these bronze lines are not Fibonacci lines. The green lines are Fibonacci lines. This dark hunter green line, these are part of our bot system that's only available on FibbyCharts.com. This is called ISIS. This is our automated intelligence system that sniffs out and predicts probabilities and does a damn fine job of it. So fine that it hits to the pixel. To the pixel. Look at that. Perfect smack hit right there. And we see this over and over again. So the next one up, we're still looking very good on that. Still looking good on that. Yep, we're going to hit it on this broadcast, guys. All right. So back to XLM. I'll do XDC here in a second. So you could play that. Now, XDC, let's go ahead and talk about that, because that is very much to my point. Now, I told you guys a while back that XDC was a sleeper, that it was going to wake up. You guys that were in the Discord, you heard me say back here, I can't remember where it was. I believe it was back here. I said this thing is going to light up, and when it did, by God, it did. This is what we call a sleeper. Sleepers wake up running. Is what our fun little thing. Anytime you get something like that, you can assume you're going to get a violent move, and I would definitely categorize that as violent. That's like massacring in a good way. That was a not too shabby 76% run. So, when you see these, if I always do this just to kind of poke you guys and see if you're paying attention. Some of you guys want me to hand you everything. I make you work a little bit. You got to learn to do this stuff for yourself. Sometimes I'll post in the charts ZZZZZZZ. That's my shorthand for we might have a sleeper here. Do as you will. Okay, that's all they got out of me is ZZZZZ, just to see if anyone was paying attention. Sometimes you guys get damned lazy and I poke you for it. So, that's part of being the doctor. Sometimes you got to take the medicine, learn to do for yourself. So XDC. So I had this theorized as possibly being a broadening ascending wedge, which it's not. It's not playing like that. So I just put that in there just to. What it is doing though is this. Without even changing the shape of it, look at the perfect fit. Bang, bang, bang. All right, so we are walking along, right along the top of a dual AI line, or right along the underside of a dual AI line right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits on this. We've had 4 hits on this glass ceiling, so are we going to shatter it and go through, or are we going to capitulate and drop down? 4 hits is a lot of smacks on a resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we're getting close to our fifth, possibly sixth one if you zoom in enough. Now, what do we get from that? Well, I'm automatically inclined to want to try and find an opening and closing move, which I'll just go ahead and use that right there. And let's start plugging it in a few places and see what makes sense. Yes, sir, I like it. And that's what I think is going to happen. So I'm going to leave that as yellow because I find that to be a possibility right now. In the here and the now. Let me pull this off camera here. I want to take a look at something real quick. I'm checking another bot that I haven't rolled out yet here, so I'm paying no attention to the man behind the green curtain. Hang on just a second here. All right, so for the next couple of hours, this is looking very bullish. Probably the next 2-3 hours. So the likelihood now, I want to show you this, and I want you guys going, well, it didn't hit your call. I want to make you very aware of what you're looking at here, because I wouldn't rule out this happening. So this is a TA move. This is a TA call, and I am going to make this yellow, but I do this with the understanding that if you're going to leverage this, if you're going to buy this, if you're going to think that this is the start of something that goes and goes and doesn't pull back, I'm here to shatter your illusions of that right now, because it's not going to go and hold. If you want to make a little money on it, make the money. If you want to, again, and I always have to kind of go back and make sure that you understand the broad thing. If you're going to do any form of trading at all this week, what I want you to absolutely understand, emphatically I want you to understand, is if you're going to take a position on anything, you better like it, because you might own it for a while, meaning about 35, 45 days. So if you're not absolutely delighted to own XDC at 0.158, then don't get yourself in an ownership position. If you're going to leverage it, even more so, because you might get this velocity taken and thrown in your face in the other direction. It goes the other direction, ends up down on this dual AI line, which is a strong possibility because we've got a lot of support and resistance right there. But as I see with all indicators, with the Bollinger Band, everything's spreading, I'm inclined to believe that it's going to go up. I would be, personally, to kind of let you know my true feelings, I would be in with you on a play to go up on this. I just don't want to do it right now. But here's the thing that I would tell you is this. Be watching for a 50% fake out. I would be very apprehensive to ride the ride beyond that point with this. Now, so what I'm saying is this. Because it's become such a thing that is played out so often, and I'm talking like 80-85%. Flemish will tell you this. I'm talking about my mods that are in here. Flemish will tell you this. Who other names are in here? Ctrem will tell you this. Ctrem will definitely tell you this. Red Bear will tell you this. This is a real thing. This 50% fake out thing is a real thing. So if you're going to be riding the ride, doing leverage, long in this thing, trying to pull a little money off the table, that's safe. This is not. All right. So as far as from here to here, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't think I'd even really go beyond 6%. But if I were to want to leverage, maybe scout myself a 5% with leverage. If leverage is your thing, I am not a leverage thing, guys. But you guys are always asking me about leverage. I feel compelled to kind of tell you what the theories behind it, just so you don't do something stupid. At least you got a little bit of my opinion on that. So you've got a safety zone of about 6%, 6.25%. After that, you better chase it up with stop losses, because they'll hook it on you and nail your ass and pull this right back down. I don't feel good that this will run all the way. It could, but my comfort with this thing going the distance is not all there beyond this green line. So just be aware of that. All right. So take what they do and do it. Take what they do and use it against them. I mean, it's high time. It's high time that that we screw these guys using. I could be really crude right here. screw these guys using their own dildos, I guess you could say. I'm sorry. Some of you guys, every once in a while, I just have to kind of be funny, even though I know it's crude. So sorry if I lose some subscribers. But that's my feeling. All right, so what else here? Let's go back and take a look. So Theta. So Theta, for you JSNIP subscribers that listen to my broadcast, again, thank you guys for joining me here. Made some calls. Every single one of those calls on JSNIP's broadcast has now panned out. With the conclusion of Theta, every single one of those calls that I made on live stream with Joe has now panned out, just as I said. Now this one I told you guys that I took the arrow. I had a couple of this arrow here represents. There was 2 gray arrows that were on that call. You have to go back and watch the live stream. There was 2 gray arrows that I put up there. I said, I'm a little apprehensive. It's going to take a while. I wasn't all on board with that. So, and I was right. I said that, it's not going to light up and go straight to the moon. I said I'm a little bit. Gray arrows represent 20% possibility of, might take a while. They become yellow arrows and green arrows and whatever. They change colors. The probabilities get better. But I did tell you, and we hit that, and that's this mark exactly where I showed you guys that it would go. And once we hit that, guess what happened? We hit that AI line, and down she goes. Now we're on our way down. So what's going on with Theta? So let me show you an opening and closing move for you guys that are new. This is called an opening move right here. We went through the thing, and there's the closing move right there. Opening and closing moves are a real thing. Computers just cannot stand. They have OCD. They cannot stand to start something that they don't finish. It's just a thing. And once you recognize it, you can use it against them. Screw them with their own dildos. So I'm trying to find something here. Okay, so down is still a very real thing here, and Theta again, it's looking very much like this is still within the cards. Green is going up a little bit. Let me backtrack on that a little bit here. So this velocity will play. I'm just trying to find every once in a while I have to kind of move these velocities. So we're trending up. Sometimes these Bollinger Bands don't tend to be as dark on some channels, so we are tending. All right, so this is all I do all day. I just move arrows around. It's just you think you just have to kind of, it's like building a puzzle that keeps changing on you. And so from armpit to drop, this is the absolute velocity. So it should go down, but again, they're not taking it down. So yep, there it is, right to the bottom of that channel. So highly likely that we're going to work our way up to this right here. Now from there, what we do from there is anybody's guess, but Theta's looking like we're going to be getting a move up, probably 11%. So you guys that want to jump in on Theta, possibly you might have a possibility of getting in on that. However, I would not get too sold on that until we break convincingly out of a channel here. Yeah, so you've got a little bit, and we're touching off on that 200 EMA, so the velocity is there, so I believe that ultimately, it's not going to be like a straight moonshot. I believe ultimately we might come back up and check in on the bottom of that. If everything else is going up, Theta probably will likely too. So would I be buying Theta at its current price? No. Theta is one of those that I'm suggesting to you that XRP is going to flash wick down. The rest of these are probably going to come down and flash wick a little bit, but these better buys on these other coins are going to be a little easier to get than XRP. If you're XRP maxi and you're wanting to get in on that, that's going to be a tough one to grab the bottom on. But some of these other bottoms like Theta and stuff like that, probably going to be a lot easier because all eyes are going to be on XRP. It is going to be a shit show trying to buy XRP. Yeah, so I wouldn't fault you for probably waiting on the Theta purchase because it's a little spendy right now as far as I'm concerned. Now T-fuel again, T-fuel is completely decoupled from. It used to be a time when they would move in lockstep. T-fuel just wanders off. It's like a little kid in the grocery store, just wanders off on its own now. It's not following mama around very well anymore. So I look for anytime I can get T-fuel under 25 cents. And it looks like we're heading back that direction again. See, we're back into the yellow zone. to go lower to the bottom of that yellow and then on into the red. It seems like a very strong possibility. But anytime I'm able to grab T-fuel at 25 cents or less, I'm all about it because I see it going to $1 soon and far beyond that. So that's a 400% return on my money. So with a use case coin, cannot lose as far as I'm concerned. If I can be patient and hang on when I'm down, cannot lose with this one. So just don't like buying at this price because that's a 300% return, and I don't like making 300% returns because I'm a spoiled child, and I like to make good money. Otherwise, I don't tie up my capital. Let's see, anything else? So Cardano's finally woke up and showed us something. So I've been talking to you guys a little bit about my theory. It's not theory. So you guys, let me pause real quick to have a little station identification here. So you guys that are new, that are just coming into the chat in the middle, my name is Red Baron. Thank you very much. Please join us at the unfairadvantage.chat. That's our free crypto group, and you're welcome to come in and hear the stuff that I do. I do this stuff every single day, 7 days a week. I do not have a vacation because I have no life. I'm here to do this and this only. It's my sole purpose on Earth. So also, if you'd like to subscribe to the AI power charts that I'm using, they have my calls and my predictions on them. You can do that at fibicharts.com. Just simply go to fibicharts.com, which is the main website right here, and just go right here where it says subscribe, and you can subscribe now, pick a package. I would highly recommend to you guys because we see this over and over and over. Just trust me, it happens more often than you can possibly. A lot of guys come in, I don't know what's going on here. There we go. And get the bronze or silver